What's going on, everybody? It is Zach here. Today is February 16th, 2025, and it was a very chilly morning today. It's been pretty cold here. I actually took out both of our heaters out there. You can see one there to my right to run on full blast for about half an hour before we started lifting, because it was quite cold out there, and especially grabbing the bar when it's like 20 degrees out, it's not the most enjoyable experience. So, we'll get our comfort where we can here. So we got the second pull session of this mezzo. And before we get too far into the video, let's go ahead and talk about the markers of hypertrophy stimulus. So talking about yesterday, that push day, chest is pretty lit up today. Maybe like soreness is probably like a 6 out of 10. Not quite as bad as it was like even this morning. I was a little bit more sore. So front delts, they're about the same as chest. And then triceps, I think they only got sore for a little bit of the day today. So I think what I'm going to do here is go ahead and increase the volume on our next session. We're going to be doing 3 RIR next week as well. So the way this mesocycle is going to go as far as intensity levels, it's going to be 2 weeks at 3 RIR, 2 weeks at 2 RIR, and then 1 or 2 weeks at 1 RIR. We'll see what happens there. But being in a deficit, usually I'm not going to be making too much progress at week, 5, 6, 7 into a mesocycle. But we'll see. Maybe perhaps I'll go absolute beast mode and, just crush them. But we'll see at that point. So I'll increase the volume on overhead press and on tricep extensions, because they are not very sore either. So that takes care of the push day. And then as far as today's workout goes, biceps are actually already a little bit sore, maybe like a 3 out of 10. Lats aren't sore per se, but definitely perturbed and disturbed, one might say. Yes, they're feeling quite nicely stimulated. And then what about thoracic muscles here, like erector, spinae? They're feeling perturbed. Nothing too crazy. There wasn't any like big heavy bent rows or deadlifts or anything on this, so not too nuts there. And then upper back, rhomboids, traps, a little bit, definitely perturbed. For sure when I flex them, I can feel there's a little bit of a disturbance in the force on those, but we are here doing these barbell curls. I absolutely love them, and I think I found a way to make them even better by using a cue, like a supination cue. Like if you really like soup, everyone gets together and then you create like a supination. No, it's whenever you focus on kind of pulling the weight up with the like inner 2 knuckles of your hands, so like your pinky and your ring finger. Really focusing on using that portion of your hand to hold most of the weight as you pull it up. And that turned out to be a big benefit for me as far as stimulus on those barbell curls. So pretty happy with that. As far as performance on those, last session I got 11 on the first set, 9 on the second set, and 7 on the final set. And we did the exact same thing today. So very good consistency on those guys. Now, if you saw our last pull video, you would have seen that I did like a whole bunch of different variations here of this dumbbell row, and I finally settled on, which I'm very happy I settled on this one because I love this exercise. It's a chest supported dumbbell row. I've got the bench there at like a 30-degree incline. And then I'm getting my chest up to the top of the pad, anchoring the feet in nice and flat and strong, just in a comfortable position, as far as how far in front, how far behind. It's really up to the individual. Whatever feels best for you. It's not making you like you're not like stretching your hamstrings out like crazy while you're trying to do a back workout. Whatever feels good. So nice stable platform to pull off of, and then of course got the Versa grips to lock it in, and then I like to grab the dumbbells here. If they're laid out in front of me, it's further to the outside, and if it's while I'm holding them, you can see how they're kind of like the front of the dumbbells are tilting down there at the bottom of the eccentric. That last little like inch of movement there, it's almost kind of like a pendulum where as I lower the weight, it's kind of moving out in front of me, and that moving out and that tilting is stretching out my rhomboids and lats, which is really great for hypertrophy type of movement. So got that exercise locked in. I think I'll probably go ahead and stick with that one for the rest of the meso because it felt great. Let's see, what other notes did I have here? Oh yeah, I typically wear a little polar heart rate monitor on my chest, but obviously for this exercise that would be pretty uncomfortable having that little plastic bit just pressing into my sternum on the bench there, especially when you're holding load in your arm, so it's even heavier pushing into you. So I went ahead and removed it. Didn't do any won't have any stats for this one, although I think I haven't really been putting up the stats much anyway. I don't use them for a lot, so they're not that important, but it's kind of cool to look back and see, and especially Polar generates like a review for you at the end of the year, so you can see like how many sessions you did, what workouts you did the most, what kinds of workouts, how long, and even my watch is Polar too, so like all my steps and everything, like I can see reviews and stuff. It's neat to look at, but it's not like my notebook here or these videos where I'm actually using it to modify and change the way that I'm approaching the program. So not too much else here on the chest supported rows. They felt great, really good stimulus. So like I said, I'm gonna be sticking with those. Now performance wise, I didn't do these for all 3 sets in my last session, so I can't really have a comparison on that one. But I think, what did I do here? Oh, I did 16, but I also used a lighter load too. So, kind of a wash on comparisons there. But we'll see whenever I do my next session if we can maintain the same reps with that 35-pound dumbbells there. Now we are moving over to, I think I've decided these are pull-ups. I'm just going to call underhand pull-ups, and I'm going to call overhand pull-ups, chin-ups. Or maybe I'll just keep swapping them back and forth, because that's cool too. Just confuse everybody. That'll be really nice. So, decided here, again, if you saw the last pull video, we were doing some finagling here with the pull-ups. The Versa grips, I think, locked in my hands too tight, where my wrists didn't really have anywhere to go throughout the movement. And it ended up kind of tweaking my left wrist a little bit, so I left them off. And it turned out great. Exercise felt wonderful. I can definitely feel it. I would imagine it's probably why my biceps are more sore than I might expect them to be from just doing barbell curls. So, really happy I left those out. And then I also wanted to mention the way I have the band here, you can set up bands in multiple different ways. Like if you look at the little J cups on the Rogue rack there, like where you would rack the barbell, you can actually string a band across those if you don't want it in front of you, or if you're afraid it's going to come up and slap your family jewels and make you cry or something like that. You can leave it down there, and then that way just get the height right to where it's a nice full range of motion all the way up, all the way down. But let's see, performance, it's also kind of a wash on these because we were still figuring out the thing with the Versa grips, and is this just going to jack up my wrists, or is it because of those? And I think it was because I was using those. So maybe for underhand, at least for pull-ups on a fixed bar like this, I probably won't be using those for now at least. The band makes it to where the resistance isn't too crazy. So yeah, got 11 and 9 reps. So I mean, this is the last set, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm actually dropping a fresh new video. It's not going to be a workout session, so stay tuned for that. And if you guys like the videos, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Hope you have a good one.